Hello viewers, in this tutorial we'll be solving a question on LCD. So what is LCD? LCD is simply stands for lowest common denominator. So by definition, LCD is the product of each prime factors. So think three things are important here, or about four. The products of each prime factor raised to its highest power. So it means we have to look for prime factors, then we have to raise each prime factors to the highest power, then we multiply. So just example one, find the LCD of 1 over 2 plus 3 over 4. This question is not asking us to solve this expression. It's not asking us to find what is half plus 3 over 4. It's asking us to find the LCD, so it's only interested in the what? In the denominator. So to find the LCD, you take the denominator. So you are looking for LCD of 2 and 4. And we know that we can write 2 as what? 2 times 1. But we can write 4 as what? 2 times 2, which is 2 square. So if you look at the factors now, these are the possible factors. Because 2 and 1 are the factors of 2 because 2 is prime. So here we just have 2 squared, which you can also write as 2 squared times 1. So what are the prime factors here? The prime factors here, we have only 2. And 2 here, you can see the highest power of 2 in this case is 2. So the LCD, it's simply what? 2 to power 2, which is equals to 4. And we're done. Now, if you were asked to solve this question, let's say you're asked to solve this question, let's say you have to simplify. Yes, you can use what? You can say, okay, 2 times 4. And then you try to make everything to be in terms of 4. For example, what I'm saying is that if you are asked to solve this, yeah, usually some students would just say, okay, so we'll take this 2 and we'll multiply 4, which would be 8, right? So yes, you can solve it with 8. So it means I can multiply this by 2 over 2. I can multiply this by 4 over 2. Just interested in the LCD. So the LCD is actually not 8, but the LCD, you have to use the definition, is the product of each prime factors raised to the highest power. So it means you have to express 2 as the product of its prime factor. Remember, 1 is not even a prime factor. So let me remove 1 here. There is no need. So here, the only prime factor for 2 is what? 2. And 4, you can only write it as 2 times 2, so which is 2 square, right? So the only prime factor we have in this case, the prime factors are only 2, but here will give you 2 to power 2. So you raise it to the highest power, and that is why we have 2 square, which is 4. All right, let's take this one. For example, 2, you are to simplify. So when you see simplify, it means it wants you to solve it, not just looking for LCD. But in solving it, you have to use LCD, right? Okay, or you can multiply 12 times 18 times 5, which is going to be a big number. But let's try to look for the LCD. How do you look for the LCD? You look for take the denominators. For example, this is 12. You try to split to express 12 as a product of prime factors. And what is the smallest prime number we know? It's 2. This will give us 6. This is 2 here again. This will have 3. And now we have to go with 3. 3 into 3, you have 1. So what does that mean? It means that we can write 12 as what? 2 times 2. So this is 2 square times what? 3. So what is the next number? The next number is 18. So we start with 2. Here we have 9. 2 cannot go, so we go with 3. So you have 3 into 3, and this will give us 1, right? So it means that 18 can be expressed as the product of prime factor So you will just have 2 times 3 to power 2. Okay. Then finally we have 5. 5 is just, you can only express 5 as what? As 5. This is the only prime factor. So now if you look here, we have how many prime factors? We have 2. But what is the highest power? The highest power is 2. So the LCD is simply going to be 2 square multiplied by 3 square, then times what? We also have 5, but 5 is just 5. Here you can say times 5 to power 0. Here as well you can say times 5 to power 0, but here is 5 to power 1. So you multiply. So this will give us 4 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 5. And what is this? This will give us, you can say 4 times 5, which is 20. 20 times 9 will give us 180, right? So 180 is the LCD. Now, what can you do with the LCD? Now that we know what the LCD is, we can simply solve, right? Since the question is asking us to solve, the question is not just asking for, it's not just asking us to find the LCD. Now, how do you do that? Then we try here. This is 1 over 20. This is 1 over 12, right? Let me just put the 1 over 12 minus 2 over 18 plus what? 2 over 5. So what we can do now, we can try to make the denominator to be what? We can try to make the denominator to be 180. So to get 180, we can multiply this by, if you multiply it by 10, you will have 120. Then I think you multiply by 15 will do. So I can multiply here by 15 over 15. Yes, 15 times 12 will give us 180. Here we can multiply just 10 by 10, right? And here we can multiply by, this is 5. If you multiply 5 by 30, will give us 180, but will give us 150. So I think we can use 36 will do. So we have 36 over 36. So this now becomes just 15 over 180 minus, this will give us 20 over 180 as well, then plus, and this should be 72 over 180. Then since we have the same denominators now, we can just perform the algebra up, which is 15 minus 20 plus what? 72 over 180. So what is this? 15 minus 20 will be minus 5, right? So you have minus 5, 72 over 180. And it should give us what? It's the same thing as 72 minus 5. So this will be 67 over 180. All right. Now, let's go to number 3. Number 3, as you can see, number 3 is asking for what? It's asking for just the LCD. So it's not asking us to simplify this fraction. So to answer this, we just need to express the denominators as a product of its prime factors. And we have just 2 denominators here. So we take the first one, which is 36. And if we take 36, 2 can go into 36 because 2, we always start with 2 because it's the smallest prime number. And this should give us 18. Then we go with 2 again, which is possible. 18 divided by 2 will have 9. Then 9 divided by 2, you will have a remainder. So you go with the next prime number, which is 3. So 3 into 9, we have 3. 3 into 3, we have 1. So what does that mean? Is that 36, you can write it as a product of its prime factor. This is 2 multiplied by 2, which is 2 square, multiplied by 3 times 3, which is 3 square. Then the next number is 120. So with 120, we can also use 2. We start with 2 it's fine. This will be 60. 2 here, it will be 30. 2 here, you have 15. Then you go with the next. You can use 3. Yes, 3 is possible. So we have 5. Then 5 will give us 1. So it means that we can express 120 as what? How many 2's do we have? We have 2 to power 3 times what? 3, then times 5. So now we have expressed both 36 and 120 as what? Prime factors. So it means that the LCD, it's simply what? We have 2 here, we have 2 here, right? But the highest power of 2 is what? Is 3. Because from definition, by definition, we say it is the product of each prime factor raised to its highest power. So we'll take 2 to power 3 times, here you see this is 3 to power 2, and this is also 3 to power 1. So definitely we will go with 3 to power 2, right? But here we have 5. This is 5 to power 1. Here we can say 5 to power 0, right? So what is the highest power? It's still 5 to power 1. So we take this. And this is going to be 8 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 5. So 8 times 5 will be what? 40 times 9. And we know 4 times 9 is going to be 36. So this will be 360. So the LCD, it's simply 360. And this is where we should stop because we are not asked to simplify. All right. So I hope this tutorial is clear on LCD. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe for subsequent videos like this. All right. Thank you for watching.